Okay, sorry about that, folks. It was not working. So the guy who owns the property back here, should I just retell my story? So, damn birds. So yeah, this is the property that my friend was told Bigfoot lives on, has lived on for decades. Two neighbors live by each other right next to it. Now, I'm in the back forest. This is not their property. This is public land back here. I don't have permission to go on their property. The elderly gentleman who lives by himself now doesn't want anything to do with Bigfooters. He's had experience with Bigfooters as far as about 20 years ago or so. He said that National Geographic came out here to do an investigation for a week, and I guess it caused a lot of issues for him. And he's had a lot of bad experiences with Bigfooters, so that's why he does not want any sort of investigation done on his property, which I completely respect. But I'm in the national forest back behind his property, and just gonna kind of look around and see what is out here, see if there's any good signs. This particular area does have a lot of reports of Bigfoot. It's actually kind of a well-known area for Bigfoot. I'm up off Highway 2 for you local folks. Up by Skokomish. See, it's really kind of hard to find any sort of tracks down here. It's awesome though. I like places like this. You can see there's a little game trail right here. I mean, you probably can't see it. There's actually a bunch of them. You can see some disturbance right here. It actually looks like a footprint in a way, huh? Kind of see the heel. Like it's really kind of a defined heel right there. See that? That's really crazy. I'm not saying that's what it is, because you should see more right up this way, right around this way. I don't see any other disturbances. That's kind of odd though. Of course, if you're going to leave a print here, See, not really gonna leave a print. Oh, and Graz, if you're out there, these are actually boots, not tennis shoes. And so I'm by no means any sort of master tracker. I'll wing it, you know. There's Charles' book. Watch some YouTube videos. Be observant. I just can't help but right there. You know, I guess it could be a bear print. I suppose. I haven't seen any bear scat yet. This is kind of the time to start getting out here because of the forest hasn't grown in yet. Once that happens, kind of screwed. You don't get this line of sight. Well, the raise of hands, who here wishes Bigfoot would just come up and bite me in the butt, get it over with, huh? So the property line is about, say, about 400 yards this way. So the question is, does Bigfoot actually live on the property? Or is Bigfoot more nomadic and only had a gifting relationship with the elderly woman who passed away many years ago? On a side note, the husband of the lady who passed away said that when she stopped gifting up in this area, the Bigfoots would come down, he said, and would slap the side of their house, I guess in a way to be upset about the end of the relationship. And he said that that just eventually ended. But he says that they're still back here, that he can hear them. But to what degree now, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's the point of coming out here, huh? Seeing where it takes us. No, I can't. I gotta take the kids to school tomorrow. But this area butts right up to the national park that, man, they just have free reign in the whole Cascade Range back here. Oh no, I agree. I love doing nighttime research. I really, really love it. And I absolutely agree. It's one of the best ways to try and have interactions, or, in my opinion, it gives them the best comfort of concealment so they can kind of navigate around us a lot better versus during the day. I'm just out here trying to see what I see. See if there's anything worth kind of coming back here, if there is still activity or what. Yeah, it's probably the cell phone. It's the downside of doing lives. Wasn't sure what to really kind of expect out here. So much for 5G, huh? Or I'm going through a portal. You guys come after me if I go through a portal? You guys got my back? All right, let me set the phone down here because I'm just going to hang out here for a minute. It's a good area. I like it nice, quiet. Hopefully it'll get less blurry. I got to start taking some Dramamine just before you watch one of these videos, huh? I don't have the exact habituation area back here, uh, but it was uh, back in this forest area here. I don't know if it was a stump, gifting stump, or if it was what it was really. But it was back up in the forest, off the property, not on their property, but off their property. I see them a couple few hundred yards away from their property right now. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Where's that red pin at? So this is awesome. Power the internet. Bring us all together out here in a far off land in some mystical forest in the middle of nowhere. We're all hanging out. Now, wouldn't this be great if a Bigfoot just came, like charged or something? Because then we'd all get experience, and I wouldn't have to be like, "Hey, you got to trust me. I saw it, man. I even got it on film. It's not CGI." So I'm trying to focus, eh? Camera doesn't know what to focus on. Hopefully that should straighten it out a little bit. So what's everybody up to today? Anything fun going on? I happen to have the day off, so I'm like, you know what? Kids are at school. I'll come out here and check this out. Yeah, I agree. They're probably quiet and hidden, watching from a distance if they're out here, wondering what I'm doing. And if they probably want to interact, I can see them probably start uh, doing some shenanigans by maybe, throwing a rock or create a vocal or, see how I react um, to the stimuli that they're going to be providing to see if I'm going to be one of those people that runs away or if I'm going to get out my gun and start shooting everywhere or if I'm going to cry and roll up in a fetal position. Guess we'll see, huh? Yeah, he talks about vocals back here. It would be a great place to put an audio recorder. I concur. Yeah, it's surprisingly good weather here. It's probably in the high 40s right now. I had a mountain bike back here, like a mile or so. And, kind of walk back down into this old area. I think it was probably a lot, I don't know, maybe about 20 years ago or so, maybe 25. So this is where Bigfoot's supposed to be at. So the question is, how do you get a Bigfoot to interact with you? Why would you want to get a Bigfoot to interact with you? It's a good question. I've tried going out looking for them, literally bushwhacking. Me and Cosmo would go find some of the remotest sandbars back to the area that we go. Find some of the most remotest sandbars and we'd bushwhack back there trying to hopefully find some prints or something. And we have not. I found a set of prints once. They were so weathered though, but they were the tightrope ones. And, they were emerging out of the forest where there's nothing there. So it makes you kind of wonder. Did a video about that. It's like 3 years ago. Oh yeah, there's a lot of water source. I mean, we're in the Pacific Northwest. Water is not very hard to find. With all the little tributaries and runoffs and snow melt. Yeah. Welcome to Paradolia land. Mark Sasky is your captain. Toot toot. Sorry, Mark, if you're in chat, lurking. Mad at me still. Yeah, thank goodness I'm not a hoaxer either. My kids would make fun of me. I'd feel terrible about myself too. That's the one big thing is why I couldn't do that. Is I just feel so horrible about deceiving people and lying to them that man, the guilt from that would just erode my brain. Oh, no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. It's a little bit better of a view, huh? See the sun coming in and out of the clouds. You guys like my green screen here? It's all green screen. See that? The How to Hunt dude's got nothing on me. I'm in a holodeck 3D virtual reality. That's where I'm at. And you're all with me. We're in the Matrix. Hey, I gotta show this to you guys. So I just made this, okay? So I just made this. So I Yeah, it's the video. With 5G, I don't see any real difference from 4G, honestly, and it doesn't really seem like it's doing much. But I'm out in the forest, middle of nowhere. It's constantly trying to autofocus. But here, check this out. I want to show this to you. Hopefully, you guys can see it. So, check it out. So, I have an issue with backpacks, right? Because it just hurts the back, pulls on the back and stuff, and it really sucks when you need to get something out of your backpack, or like camera, water, whatever. You have to stop, take off your backpack, and so I would use a fanny pack, right? Trying to bring the fanny pack back. Only problem with the fanny pack is it has one big pouch, right? So the one big pouch, when you put your stuff in there, it just sags it down, so it goes over my fanny. So I had to figure out a solution because I really like having it around my waist and pulling it down that way. So I went and developed this right here. It's a belt. It's usually for workers that have like drills and hammers and all that stuff, carpenters and whatever. So it's a belt that I adapted. So I have like my firearm here. I got my camera here, and then see, the good thing is I can just kind of twist this right here, and then I have like my water, and I also have some other storage stuff back here. But it's my first time using it today. I wanted to show you. I like it so far. Rode a bike with it, works fine. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use it going forward. Because another issue too is that when you're like out here backpacking for a long time and stuff, and you start to sweat, and then you get the TMI, you get like the back sweat in here. So when you like take your backpack off, oh, it feels so good. But then when you put your backpack back on, you get that cold shock, and so another reason why. Anyways, I want to show you that. So hope you guys like it. I'll sell them to you for $99.95. You guys see it? There he goes. Jesus. Kind of look like a forest area here. Oh, here, guys, check it out. It's my how to hunt impression. All right, listen up, everybody. Now, I just want you to know I speak for the people. I am the people. I'm of the people. So listen to this story. I don't know if it's true or not. I just got it in an email. I don't know. It sounds good. I just want to read it. So I don't know if it's true or not, but here it is. All right, a guy came and saw Bigfoot, and boom. That's it, and I'm going to show you some evidence that's already been vetted out, and it's already been proven fake. So there you go. That's my how to hunt. There you guys go. Angry little Canadian. It's my how to hunt impression. You guys see it? Oh, you guys got the Mark Zasky glasses on, huh? See, I don't have those. Like They Live, on the movie They Live with Roddy Piper. I don't have the sunglasses. If I had the sunglasses, the Zasky glasses, I would probably see all the Bigfoots right there. Boom, 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 boom. Jeez. Should ask him to sell me those. Too bad he won't talk to me anymore. Bummer. Yeah. You guys want to see a Todd standing impression? I'll show you Todd standing impression. Like what? We'll go. We'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Look, there he is. There he goes. That's my Todd standing impression. It's like I was ridiculously hopping around, getting all that B-roll while filming those Bigfoots. That was adorable. That was funny. I liked it. Should I go chase some guys? Should I chase some or leave them be? We can build a narrative around them. I was surrounded by Bigfoots all around me, mimicking. It did actually get really quiet here now. The bird's quiet. Very, very quiet. Yeah, I don't have the energy level for Colorado Bigfoot. He's fun though. I like watching his stuff. You know what I need to get those? There's a hat with eyeballs behind me. So I'm like riding a bike or something. I don't have to worry about a mountain lion coming and trying to eat me. Did you guys just hear that? Right behind me? Or in front of me? Some might say those were a little tiny wood knock or rock tap. When the trees swing, you'll hear a creak. Kind of like how you get up in the morning now, you get that creaking sound in your bones. No, I actually do think that they mimic animal noises to communicate between each other. Absolutely. How could you? I mean, if you think about it, it's a no-brainer from, I know we're like hypothesizing, I shouldn't anthropomorphize what I think Bigfoot's doing because we do it or whatever, but I could see Bigfoot mimicking those sounds in order to stay within the layers of nature and not be noticed. Because if you do a whoop whoop, that's kind of stands out. That's not normal in the forest. So why would you do something that's so normal in the forest? It seems to me do something that's will blend into the forest. So you can exist within the layers of the forest, which is where they seem to exist. So mimicking bird sounds and animal sounds and people sounds, really seems like a evolutionary advantage. So just my thought. Yeah, actually, the place that I go up in the North Cascade, there's I passed through the reservation area, and they have a little museum area that I'm going to stop in next time I'm up there, and to really kind of start learning more of the area from the Native Americans' perspective and their experience in it. Because I found an area that I'm just dialing in. That's pretty much one of the only places I'm going to go this year. I'm just here because there's still snow up there, so you can't really go there yet. But yeah, I'm going to really focus on learning what Native Americans, what they have said in this valley that I go into of their history of Bigfoot. I think it's going to be an amazing resource. It's like, I'm surprised I haven't done it before. I mean, I've thought about it. I'm pretty confident about dialing in this area here. Yeah, there is a good amount of data. Uh, is that Sean? Is that you, Sean? No, I don't really see any structures here. Nothing that I'd write home about, you know. It's just standard stuff of uh, deadfall and that type of stuff. But again, when we talk about structures, if you want to be elusive, don't want nobody to know you're in the area, why make a structure someone can find? Never understood that one. It's like with UFOs. If UFOs want to be so elusive, why do they put lights on their spacecrafts? Trying to tell me they don't have any duct tape or spray paint to spray over those lights? Come on. Seems silly to me. Unless you want to be found and you don't know how to communicate to the lesser life form other than leaving subtle signs around and hopefully warm up to the realization of other type of species we didn't realize exist actually do. So there's always that too. I mean, this is pretty much what Bigfooting is. It's not that sexy made for TV stuff. It's a lot of sitting, waiting. You go to these areas, look for signs. Um, you kind of do what you can moving around, and either works or it doesn't. It's just unfortunate that we aren't getting any sure signs here. What also makes you wonder too is there was a really severe fire here last year, very severe, that man made life hell for us all, animals alike. So makes you wonder on um, where they went. If they're like, yeah, screw this area, these city folks can have it, deeper in the woods. So, I mean, there was times where we had the worst outdoor air quality in the entire world. And you talk about food source, in the lower elevations here on the west side of the Cascade Mountain Range, you can find food year round. They don't get a ton of snow down in the lowlands. If they do, it's only for a short period, unless you're like deeper in the Cascades where the rain shadow effect takes hold. And, you can eat a lot of things that we don't even think of, like slough, which is an abundant bush that grows here. There's all the bugs and uh, yeah. I agree. Um, Using audio recorders to record is a great way to get evidence. Yeah, I mean, because like some of these trees here, there's nutrients on the inside of the bark. You got some of the lichens and mosses. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of food source here. Here on the west side of the Cascade, the water is abundant, pretty much coming off every mountain. Now, the areas I investigate is more the North Cascade, so think of I-90 north, but more of north of the Mountain Loop Highway for you locals. So the question is, how do you attract a Bigfoot? What do you do? Oh, some people do wood knocks, they'll do yells, they'll do all this different type of things, but it makes you wonder what those things actually mean. If it means, hey, danger, you need to spread out in Bigfoot language, you know? So you could be causing issues in your own investigation. So that's not good. Yeah. There you go. So I'm 6'2". Better height reference. Hug it. So then I'm 6'2", and the tree's about 12 feet away. How do I attract a Bigfoot? Yeah. Yeah, I might. You never know. You know, if it would guarantee me to see a Bigfoot, I'd wear that. I would. You can even film me too. I'd do it. I'd do it. I mean, you know, why not? Yeah. Yeah, the places I usually go are, um, you know, some of the more remote areas. It's really all contamination. For me, I think that's really important to get out of town, get far, far out of town, and go find some good areas that people don't really go. Yeah, Mark will probably could get some UFOs on there now. I agree. Just be yourself. That's all you can do is just be yourself. If they like you, feel comfortable, then they'll come in. And like I say, I even am open to the possibility that they will try and do something to see what your reaction is, to see maybe if they want to engage with you further, because you know your initial reaction to something that's startling is a good indicator of, you know, of your threat level. Possibly, hypothetically speaking, of course. Yeah, no, actually, that's what I have for one of my decoy tents. Is I have a recorder in there that produces snoring sounds, and I go put it out in the forest and stuff, and put like a camera on it and audio recorder around it to see if it does attract them. Because yeah, you hear that a lot where, you know, once they hear the snoring, that indicates to them that we are incapacitated, so they can kind of move around with greater ease. Hell yeah, Taco Tuesdays are the bomb, man. That's what I'm talking about. Did you guys watch that Frog Dreaming movie that I posted? Really like it. I love that movie as a kid. That lake monster there scared me when I was just a wee little Brent. And but I like it because it shows kind of the priming and confirmation bias and how the little boy was able to overcome it by doing a proper investigation into figuring out what the whole lake monster was. And with mindset, he had the courage to go and figure it out, and he did. Thus, we got one badass movie. I like to think of it as the generic version of the Goonies. That's a good idea. I didn't. What did he? What rabbit hole is he going down? Is it a fun one? He's not getting into that BDSM now, is he? I mean, Mark's trying to tie racism to Bigfooting, so you never know nowadays. Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, because it's a little group over there with David Pilates, the How to Hunt guy, Scott Carpenter, Melba Ketchum, and a couple other people that are all in cahoots to bully a narrative of their versions of facts, which isn't really always an accurate version. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised he went there. That's the first one. Or that's a first for me. Using racism in it. Oh, hmm. Baby screaming sounds. That's a really good one. That's what Derek Randall used to what he thinks he called in a Bigfoot that way. Ran right up to the tree line when he stopped. It stopped coming at him. Yeah, that's a good way, especially if it's a female. You'd think that they would have the similar mothering instincts that other primates do. Well, I don't think, Tristan, I don't think you really have to camp here. I think just kind of walking these back roads at night, no flashlight, I think that's just as good. I mean, I'm open to do more stuff like that if you want. Just kind of late night, you know, from dark till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I mean, sorry it's not too exciting, folks. It's a sunny day. It's probably going to be in the high 40s, low 50s today. Kind of a nice day. Should be finishing some yard work, but make the kids do it. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Chris Spencer has some videos on his channel of long long-term recorders that he made so they can be out here for months on end. Um, Maybe it was Nathaniel Bronis, one of the two. Both two good channels to follow. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much uh, time I'm going to put back in this area. Um, so I'm only kind of checking it out till the snow fully melts out in the area. But I want to put all my thing in. Oh, hey, there you go. Yeah, subscribe to his channel. Kaiju, you should subscribe to his channel and Chris Spencer's. You guys have a lot in common, especially with audio. Yeah, Chris is the man. I like what he's doing. Some of the recordings he got is like, wow, what the heck is that? He's doing good, solid work. I like that he also puts up stuff that we know, like known animals, like, hey, here's some owls, or like actually that's how I found out that ravens knock. You know, like they can make a knocking sound. It's like, wow, I had no idea. Yeah, hopefully gas won't be too terribly expensive this year, so we can go out and all get together and do some research. I'm going to get my passport here soon, so I can go uh, visit Thomas and Leon and Jerry up in Canada. Go say hi to them. See if Randy Brisson will want to come and say hi to me. Okay, Randy, I'm up here, buddy. Want to go Bigfooting? Like a bulletproof vest or a chain melt vest, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually really, really interesting. I had no idea that there was 10 hours of unreleased audio of the Sierra sounds. That's mind blowing. Like, why wouldn't, I know he said that he doesn't think that there's any value in the 10 hours. It's like, I'm like whiplashing with my head going back, like, really? Really? There's so much good information and data, and like to not have it released out there so all of us can use it as like a maybe database or maybe help figure it out. I'm really surprised and concerned that that stuff's not out there yet. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Some jerky. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so much information. And that stuff, I'm sorry, if that's real Bigfoot stuff, which I think is very possible, the only way that I think they could fake those sounds is if they had a speaker set up out there that they were interacting with. That's the only real way that I think that they could be hoaxing that. That means they would have to be like interacting with it real time. Like they do a sound and then we do a sound, you know, already have to know what's being spoken so they will have time to interact in between and stuff. So that's the only real way. But yeah, I mean, because I think some of it was Albie's recordings too, if I remember correctly. Um, it's like 10 hours, man. There's so much good information. Oh, and yeah, and it should be online. Uh, oh, you can buy the, is it, well, no, Ron was talking about how you can't, it's not released yet. I believe that's what he said, right? Kaju. So that's not released yet. That we he saw no value in it. He didn't think that there was any reason. But I think something like that should be put out there for all the people out there, boots on the ground, people really seriously trying to figure this out. They should have easy access to this stuff so we can start trying to figure this out and not worry about monetizing things that, you know, may or may not be Bigfoot. Because I'm all about the free flow of data. The more you know, the more I know, the more we all know. And we can share real, actual facts. Yeah, it would be hard to. Yeah, it would be hard to fake that. I mean, I'm leaning towards it not being faked in that regards, and I don't believe it's an animal out there. I don't believe it. I just don't know of any other animal like that. I know bears can kind of make that sound, and I know people are now saying, "Oh, humans can make that sound." It's like, well, yeah, after we heard it, you know, we can mimic pretty much any sound, so that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah. Yeah, see, and that comes down to, you know, having all the raw data. Maybe if Todd Standing released the raw data around, like the raw video around those Muppet videos, maybe we would believe him more. But since he doesn't and not transparent like that, that's a huge red flag. When an investigator's not transparent and presenting evidence to the world, but they only want to give you selective parts of the evidence, huge red flag. Yeah. Yeah, Alan, but that's also after the fact, you know, after the Sierra sounds and stuff. I mean, the Sierra sounds could, you know, be fabricated, but, you know, there's no real evidence. And if you've seen a Bigfoot and know that Bigfoot exists, then those Sierra sounds probably are even more of a real possibility. So, um, yeah. Yeah. hopefully we'll get some stuff known this year. Um, yeah, I just can't imagine any animal making that sound consistently, interacting with the people like that. But then the real uh, other thing that people are saying is we don't have anything recorded since then either. So why was that such a special event? It's a little Bigfoot bedding area. Oh, have you? I'll have to check them out. Regarding the Mike Woolley encounter, it's the reason why I back in every time. I back in my car so I don't have to do a 5-point turn to leave. I have to leave very quickly. So it had that effect on me. But after watching the behavioral panel do a breakdown on it, which, I questioned that breakdown, but just kind of learning some other stuff that he claimed and talked about, I do kind of wonder about it. I think it's a good encounter, original encounter. It sounds plausible, but stuff he said since then, I wonder. So I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Because Nathaniel Tristan there, Kaiju Ninja, he's got some really, I don't know, have you guys met? Any chance? If not, you guys should, because he, Tristan got some really good audio that I find like, wow, that's really interesting. Up there at Bumping Lake a few years ago, that is long in duration, so it would be interesting to see if there's any comparisons to your type of audio too. So we should, you guys should get together and see if there is any similarities, because that would be interesting. Where's the best place? I don't know. Probably just YouTube somewhere. Yeah, so that's where he got this. Tristan got this audio that, I don't know what it is. The only other thing I can think of is someone else call blasting, because Bumping Lake is such a popular lake now to go bigfooting that you do wonder if other people are out there bigfooting at the same time doing call blasting. That's the only other thing I can think of that would cause this type of audio, because it's pretty good, And, so yeah, drop some links after this video has been posted. Drop some links afterward, and I'll post some afterwards too, of your SoundCloud audio and stuff, so we can check that out. Probably somewhere on YouTube, Nikki. Because yeah, Matt, Nathaniel, it'd be really interesting to hear all what you've collected. Yeah, um, I don't know either, Tristan. The only other person I know that does call blasting is Ben Freed with Bigfoot Ops, and um, yeah, those aren't anything like the ones you recorded. Not even close. But like I was saying, yeah, what it is, but that's the only other possibility that it could really be, because it's not a known animal. I've never heard of an animal making those noises. That's why someone needs to start a Bumping Lake page, Bigfoot page, so we can kind of coordinate when people go in there. So if somebody does do call blasting, we can figure that out. I don't know. Awesome, man. That's good to hear. Good to see you coming back on and sharing the data you collected. 'Cause that's what it's all about, is kind of sharing the data and see if anybody's really kind of lines up and helping each other vet it out, or, you know, that whole thing. Yeah, that's the thing is, man, that's a lot of screaming, a lot of screaming. Yeah, no, I hear you. Life, it's you got to have a good balance in life, and with the whole Bigfooting thing. If not, things get out of whack, and that's never any good. So yeah, it'd be great to hook up with everybody this summer. Shane invited me over. Shane Corson invited me over, but never made it. Gas was like $6 a gallon. I was like, sheesh. And all the smoke too. Man, that sucked last year. Last year was a weird year. Really weird. Oh, like yeah, if you got a link to your SoundCloud or something. You guys hear that dog man there? That's kidding about the dog man. Somebody's dog. Properties over here, probably a couple 100 yards away or so. But this is 100% public land. Oh, Shane, yeah, I love Shane. I don't like talking on the phone. I really don't. But I talked to Shane for 2 hours on the phone straight one night. Uh, I love his enthusiasm and his passion for it. He's a really good representation for the Bigfoot subject. I'm glad he's out there doing what he's doing. really, ooh. Yeah, man. Brings always 420 friendly. Makes you wonder if Bigfoot eats those magic mushrooms out here too, you know? Help develop their prefrontal cortex like it's proving to do now, since they're doing more studies on psilocybin mushrooms and the effects on the human brain and how it stimulates neural pathway development and stuff. Actually, they're looking at using it for treatment for trauma and PTSD. So it makes you wonder, you know, Bigfoot eating on all those mushrooms all the time, you know, how much more development did it get? Because that development is what separates us from the animals. Heck yeah. No, despite what you guys might think of me, I'm actually really chilled, laid back. As far as going after the hoaxers, you know, it's only specific narcissistic bullies that I really kind of uh, help get out of the way for people. Like with the whole Mark Zasky thing, you know, it's my forte, I guess. You know, I have a lot of experience dealing with people like that. It's not something that I want to do long term or anything, but sometimes you got to be a little coarse to stand your ground and protect the integrity of the subject. And so that's why I do it, you know. And I know I get a bad rap for it. A lot of people just think I'm doing it to sensationalize myself or tear down the subject because I don't think Bigfoot or anything like that, which is far from the truth. It's just they're hoaxers that people have a hard time talking about, and I'm able to talk about them, and that's pretty much it. I really don't have anybody else that I feel I need to highlight. It's very true. Bigfoot's probably on more of an organic diet. Yeah, hopefully we can all Washington folks can get together this year. Jay's having a camp down in July. That'll be a fun one. Kind of a weird hobby, isn't it? Here I am, just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest, just standing here waiting for hopefully some big, hairy individual to come into my sightline. I'm not sure if all other hobbies have like dangers like this, but I like it. Yeah, we're kind of fortunate here on the west side of the Cascade mountain range. We don't have to worry about any grizzly bears or alligators. Really, like the worst thing we have here is like spraining your ankle, breaking your ankle, tripping. On the east side of the Cascades, all that changes though. So we got grizzly bears. I was talking to Paul Graves last year, and he was saying that the Bigfoot's up on the mountaintop there where he's at near Highway 2, Stevens Pass here in Washington, which is actually just a little further down the road here, like a million, many miles. And and oh yeah, and he was talking about how they were a little more aggressive up in that area. It's kind of weird, huh? Check that out. You guys see that? Seashell. So, I mean, this literally is Bigfooting right here. This sums up a lot of it. Like 99.9% is what we're doing right here. Ran out of impressions I can do. Can't entertain you that way. Yeah, brown dwarf, man. If you're ever up in the area, man, I think we would have a lot of fun going out Bigfooting. Got some cool stuff up here. So I'm north of Seattle, like um, 30 miles or so. So if you're ever up in this area, man, let me know. See you later. Um, yeah, he invited me. I don't know about hanging out with the OP, but he invited me to see the nest area and stuff. I uh, don't really know um, where they investigate or anything like that. They're kind of far away. Probably once in a great while cruise over. You know, it'd be good to meet them all. The last conference, ended up having to work. Yeah, for real, huh? No, it was fun. I loved hanging out with Tate and Ron and Stevie and uh, Dog Bandit and stuff. They're good people. It's a lot of fun. Look forward to doing that again. I like those big, or you know, it wasn't a big outing, but I like it when people come together to help collaborate on trying to figure out what's going on. I like that. You know, but you know, if you get people that are, you know, if you get too many people, you can break it up into different camps and cover more ground that way. It's not like you missed much, Graz. Still no Bigfoot. Still no Bigfoot. Don't know where he's at. Yeah, they'll probably scare away the Bigfoots. So garage, yeah, this is out by Skycomish area. Like it's a good area. Get you guys a better view. See you later, man. Yeah, it's not too far where I'm at. This is the back forest area from where the property owner said they had Bigfoots living. So I'm just back here looking for any sort of evidence, any sort of sign. Did you guys hear that owl? Probably not. Hey, little birdie. Here's back here. This splits right up to the wild. So, you have the Cascade Mountain Range, think of it as like a backbone. And then you have all these little mountain range coming off the sides of them, the valley ones. Those are like the ribs. So I'm kind of off one of the ribs, more towards the spine though. And so there's nothing between here and there at this point. They can escape out into the forest, never to be seen. All right, I'm going to end this at the. I need to go or walk around and do some actual investigation or something. Just hanging out here, and I can't take you guys with me because I'm gonna lose you. Yeah, thanks for coming along. It's pretty much what a Bigfoot investigation is. It's not always rainbows and sunshine. Of course, we do got sunshine today. There might be a rainbow, but you can't win all the time. Yeah, yeah, Gross. I thought I'd be able to do more of a live stream out here, but I'm not going to be able to. And I really kind of want to explore some more forest and I'll be taking video of that and post that later, so you guys can see it, non-blurry, shaky, live version, which I'm sure is crap. So, yeah. So, this is it. Final countdown. Wouldn't it be funny? I turn it off and then all of a suddenly, boom, a Bigfoot shows up. That would be hilarious. Just my luck, too. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys later.